my name is Jason Mercer, TREB's Chief Market Analyst. We're well into the spring market with April and May behind us, and by all accounts, we are starting to see a pickup in home sales relative to 2018. But let's jump right in and discuss in more detail. Greater Toronto Area Realtors reported 9,989 transactions through TREB's MLS system in May 2019. And while this result represented a substantial increase of 18.9% over the 15-year low in May, it should also be noted that the result was still below the average for month of May sales for the previous 10 years, which stands at almost 10,300. The year-over-year uptick in sales experienced so far in the second quarter of 2019 reflects spring polling results from Ipsos undertaken on behalf of TREB, suggesting that the share of likely home buyers in the Greater Toronto Area has edged upwards since the fall. Households continue to see ownership housing in the GTA as a quality, long-term investment as population growth from immigration remains strong and the regional economy continues to create jobs across a diversity of sectors. However, sales activity continues to be below the longer-term norm, as potential home buyers come to terms with the OSFI mortgage stress test and the fact that listings continue to be constrained relative to sales. Turning to listings now, the number of new listings entered into TREB's MLS system in May 2019 was up only slightly compared to May 2018, increasing by 0.8% to 19,386. Year-over-year growth in new listings was far outstripped by year-over-year growth in sales. This means that market conditions continue to tighten in favor of sellers. Tighter market conditions obviously have a positive impact on price growth. With this in mind, let's turn to price. The MLS Home Price Index composite benchmark price was up by 3.1% on a year-over-year basis in May. The average selling price for all home types combined was up by a similar 3.6% to $838,540. Price growth was driven by the condominium apartment and townhouse market segments. Currently, we are experiencing annual rates of price growth above the rate of inflation, but in the single digits. If, however, we continue to see growth in sales outstrip growth in new listings, price growth will accelerate. This potential outcome underpins calls from TREB and other housing industry stakeholders to address roadblocks preventing a more sustainable and diverse supply of housing reaching the market. Many households are not comfortable listing their homes for sale because they feel that there are no housing options available to better meet their needs. So that's a summary of how the market unfolded in May, but let's finish off by taking a bit of a more broader view, especially in light of the upcoming federal election. It's important to remember that the GTA attracts people from all around the world to live and work. This is a competitive advantage for our region. However, all of these households need a place to live, whether they choose to buy or whether they choose to rent. With this in mind, TREB feels that those parties vying for seats in the fall federal election need to put forth their positions on housing-related issues. Their positions should include ways in which the federal government could work with provinces and municipalities to increase the supply of rental and ownership housing. On top of this, federal parties should also state their position on housing affordability, including in the area of mortgage lending, a discussion that could include flexibility around qualification standards and amortization periods on insured mortgages. So with all this in mind, I look forward to speaking with you again in a month's time when we'll speak about the June results. Thanks very much.
Brought to you by GTA Realtors.